like Declan Rice. Do it like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.
Hey,
We're back.
Hey,
Yo,
hey, brother.
How are you?
I'm happy chappy at the moment, I can tell you. When you? Oh man.
I don't know where we start, but
I don't, mate. I'm still in a bit of shock that we pulled off the result. I don't know about you, but I really am. I'm just fucking buzzing. I'm buzzing. I'm delighted, mate. I'll never be able to go to sleep tonight. What's it now? 1:15 in the morning for me, and I can see me going through the night here. I'll tell you, I'm absolutely buzzing.
let me just say something on that subject. So obviously, I spoke to Cieran last night. I said, look, when can we do the reaction that's not too late for you because of the time difference? And also, like for me, I need to, once this is done, I've got other stuff to do. So I appreciate that you've scheduled it and we've fitted it in basically because you're off to bed soon. You must be. So yeah, thanks for your time, basically, Cieran.
Not a drama, mate. Not a drama, mate. I didn't think I'd be coming on here though with the biggest smile on my face that I've had for a long time.
Nor did I.
I thought this could have been a dire review, and I was going,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's sort of making it even more better. Like I said, is once this is done, I've got loads of stuff here.
I bet you could have 100 people go, no, I don't want to do that one because we're going to get fucking.
Exactly. So, well, let me just quickly get through the comments. Sabletea, thank you, brother Cam and brother Titch, for a great watch along. Great result for West Ham. Happy for all you Hammers fans. Thank you. And Leeds is not playing at the minute either, so I didn't know. They might be playing tomorrow. Disabled team, brother Cieran. Ed says, thanks, disabled team. Roy, you got to start with I called the school. You got to start with I called the school. Score. Oh, yeah, sorry. Kimmy. Yeah, that's what I'm definitely going to touch on that. Cieran, the amount of people that said before the game 3-2, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. During the watch along, I just saw like a lot of people, and I'm saying like maybe that they put it out there and it might like I weren't thinking that, and yeah, a lot of people seem to think West Ham 3-2, which
did Cam pick 3-2?
Yeah, he picked 3-2.
I want to meet this Scouser, mate. I want to fucking do it. Talk to him. Fucking brilliant. What a pick that is, man. I just don't. When you think about Chelsea, right, who conceded 6 goals all season, and now you're picking us to score 3 against them. They've never conceded 2 goals in one game, and you're picking us to score 3 goals against them. That is a brave pick, and it's an amazing pick, and well done to all of them that picked it, mate. Even if you picked 3-1, exactly. Fucking hell, mate. That's some pick. Well done.
And they've only let in 2 away goals all season, and we've just scored 3 against them. And 2 of them was in one half.
It gets better every time you say it.
You know what? It was that was a really good watch along because one, the nature of how the game went, the interaction was crazy, and for us to, I just think that is an even bigger result than the Liverpool game, considering the injuries and what happened during the game.
I think it is, mate. Look, mate, we know that there's really 3 contenders for the league title this year, and we've beaten 2 of them in the league.
Exactly.
That's a massive statement where we are at the moment. It really is. And there was a time there at 2-2, Titch, I was just going, please, just hang on for this point.
Exactly.
Just delighted for this point. Don't let it slip. And then Masuaku, my old mate Arthur, comes up. I don't know whether it was deflected, took a slight deflection, or even Moyes said it afterwards. Said it was he called it a cross, and it went into the top corner. That's what Moyes said. I don't know what Arthur might disagree with him, but when it went in, oh my God! Honestly, I think I might have damaged a few things downstairs. I went berserk. Me and the boy went berserk, absolutely berserk. It was fantastic.
When you watch the replay, it didn't look like he ever looked up to pick anybody out. And
no,
he's the type of player that would do that to shoot, and it goes Rose Z and everyone's fucking he's shit and that. So it wouldn't surprise me if he meant it. It really wouldn't.
Yeah, the only thing I think might give it away, though, that I think Masavaki was in shock, right? Instead of running up the fucking touchline doing a knee slide, he was sort of in shock. Going, how the fuck did that go in? So I'm not sure whether he meant it or not now. It was funny.
So Kimmy screaming has woken up the neighbours in Cali.
No, keep screaming.
Keep screaming. I don't really want to, go too far into the injuries and that, but I think, that they are necessary when we do go to the ratings and the performance overall as how we've sort of managed to win that game. Right. It's a shame that West Ham Random is live at the same time as us, because I think we would have had more people in here. So we'll wait maybe 60 more seconds, you lot. And now, Roy, trust me, listen, my language is, and I apologize as well, but you don't have to, it's me, if anybody, because I'm on camera and that, but sometimes you have to, swearing in that context is needed. So,
You know what I did, Pete? I was popping into the chat with you, during your watch along, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm sitting with the boy, and you were actually behind me by about 30 seconds.
Right? Yeah.
And I didn't want to go in there and fuck it for you, so I was just not listening, but not listening, and chiming in now and again. But when we scored, me and him, we spent 20 seconds going mental, and I grabbed the phone and said to my boy Cieran, these two haven't fucking don't know we've scored yet. So we watched you and Cam, right? So we're watching that phone with you and Cam. I said, come on, watch this. And then your fucking shirt was up in the air and your fucking
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Basically, I thought, for the viewers, it's better that me and Cameron sync. Plus, I think for me, I would rather the chat was ahead than me, so that I'm not spoiling it for them. So that might be, even if I'm doing it by myself and I ain't got to worry about me and Cam, I'm still gonna wait about 30 seconds, because then that way it's kind of
it's a real tough one, isn't it? When people are out of sync, it's a real tough one. I remember talking to Charlie Walker about that, and he said, he sometimes he picks his times to look at the chat and not, because of that time difference, if they're ahead of him. It's a tricky one when you're doing that.
Like I said, so for the benefit of the viewers, if I ever do it by myself, I'm still going to pause it for 30 or 40 seconds so that we're kind of roughly. So I'd rather they was ahead than I'm telling them on camera. So
was you and Cam in sync?
Yeah, I waited. I'm watching on BT, so mine's like instant.
Good idea.
I waited. And when they was all like, I'm thinking, nah, man, they got to be winding up. There's no way we've made it 3-2. And when they were saying that, the ball was back an hour half and nothing. I'm thinking, no way. So I was kind of happy that they spoiled it because we scored. So I didn't mind.
Wait, do you remember when I'll tell you what made me laugh as well? Do you know when I put a comment and saying Cam's he's our Mickey Mouser?
Yeah.
He couldn't understand what that meant, and you said it was something to do with his earphones.
Yeah, because he didn't say Mickey Mouse. He said, "Oh, everyone's calling me Mickey Mouse." So I just thought he meant But then when I read it straight away, I knew.
Call him Mickey Mouse because that's we used to call him Mickey Mouse. They do it as a bit of a slang thing from.
Yeah, I know that term as well.
I just wondered what he did. Yeah. Well.
Right, so we've got 7 people, I think, watching, and okay, look, here he goes. The accent. Be Unreal, and I have 2 apps on my phone that always spoil it for me with notification. Yeah, and me. My phone was behind the box, and that's got flash score, where obviously I'm down as West Ham's my team, so that would have let me know, but I was not looking at my phone. Right, let's.
No. You can't have it, man. It ruins it, doesn't it? But
right, we're going to get into the ratings, Cieran, and everybody in the chat will obviously get involved. This should be interesting. And what I would say is, if I do chime in today, I think the players, taking the opposition into consideration, these ratings should be fairly high. Right, let me just remove this. Yeah. I'm going to read the
Can I
comment.
just put the caveat in? I don't rate people high normally.
Yeah,
I don't. I believe a 7. A 7 means a really good game.
Yeah. 1 minute. I've picked the wrong goalie. Sorry.
Who's that? We'll have him. I'll
I
have
had
Harry
it,
on.
yeah.
We'll mark him anyway. We'll give him a 7 just for being in the bench.
Right, Cieran. So now we've started the player ratings, and obviously we've started with our number 1, Lucas Fabianski. What would you give him? And tell me your thoughts on maybe the goals that he conceded. So what would you rate him out of 10?
I think he had a good game, but I do believe that second goal should never have happened. I think he should have covered that near post. I was disappointed he didn't save it. I think he was, he was half a step away too far to his right, and I thought he should have saved it. I was annoyed. I was really annoyed that he didn't get down to it, and but everything else, he held the ball really well today. There were some shots coming in, and he didn't parry him away. He didn't put him into danger. He caught everything. He done that quite a lot today, and lucky most of them were at him, but he still held on to him. He didn't spill them. So I think he was a good, solid 7, which I believe is a good score, and he deserved it. He deserves a 7. If that goal hadn't have gone in, I would have given him an 8, I think.
Okay. Right, we'll get to the comments quickly. I would say that, yes, he could have done better, but I feel that Mount should not have been by himself inside our area. So the shot really shouldn't have even come off. But once it does...
it shouldn't. But I think there were mitigating circumstances there, Titch, because I watched... what's his name? Our left back at the time.
Oh,
Johnson, sorry. Johnson, I forgot his name for a minute. Johnson, I watched him and I saw him struggling to run back. I saw him struggling. I'm going, Jesus, sprint back, geezer. He's on his own out there.
So that's the reason.
Obviously, he was fucked. Obviously, there was a problem and he had to come off. So he couldn't get back. So there were mitigating circumstances why he was on his own. And but still, for a side foot shot like that, I believe Fabianski should have got a hand to it and put it around the post. But he didn't. But he didn't really do anything else wrong. So I think he had a good game. He had a good game.
Let's see what everyone else says. Roy says, "Titch the best watch along, mate. I promise you." Thank you, Roy. And I know Roy's active with all the channels, so yeah, I respect that. Thank you very much. Disabled Team says a 6. Did what he needed to do. Roy says, I have 2 phones and moderate on Dave's channel with my other. So yeah, you're obviously busy during the games as well. So thanks for your efforts, man. Right, Danny says Fab gets a 7. I think. One sec. Let me just get through these first, and I'll tell you what I would rate him. The Scouse Hammer says 8 out of 10 for Fab, and Roy also says a 7. I think. If I were going to do a 0.5, which is almost like sitting on a fence, I think for me, that's where he would be. Only because he held on to everything. So all the shots that his positioning was good and he made them look easy, but he didn't spill nothing. And I think he could have done a bit better with that goal. But I would say, if I was being, very precise, I'd say probably a 7.5 in my opinion.
Yeah. If you were doing the halves, guys, I'd probably agree with you because it was between that 7 and 8. That goal doesn't go in. He puts him around the thing. He's a definite 8. But it did. So,
I got to apologize because, normally I always tune into Charlie's. I didn't, Charlie. I didn't even, I was like rushing to get things done. I was a bit behind with the artwork and that. I had to do it this morning. So, yeah, I didn't even get to tune in on Charlie's. But I guarantee you, once I finish this, Charlie, I've got so much stuff around the house to do. But I'm going to have your watch along on while I'm doing what I'm doing. Trust me.
CW.
What's that?
CW.
Yeah. So give me your scores, please, Charlie. And you. Hi, Happy Amret. Hi, Titch. Hi, Cieran. Please, while we're still on Fabianski, give him a Charlie and Happy Amret. Give him a score, please. Darren says a 7. Ignore that emoji. Sorry, you lot. I should have given him a 7. Yeah, you can always change your mind. That's why, if we speak a bit, then it might change your mind. Not that that's the intention. Hi, Amrit. How are you, girl? That's from Scouse Hammer. Massive. She's massive. How dare you? It's fine, bro. Yeah, Charlie, man. You know, very few real ones out there, man, and that's proven. Charlie's one of them. All good clams, buzzing like you wouldn't believe it right now.
I bet Happy Amaret's buzzing at the moment. She'll be flying.
Okay, you said 7.
We're very well, Charlie boy. We're very fucking well at the moment. We're really enjoying this little ride we're on tonight.
Charlie gave Fab a 7.
Yeah.
You know what? You lot, and I'm not saying it just for the sake of it. I know that people probably don't watch-alongs back after they're live, but I'm gonna go over to Charlie's one, and I would recommend you, because it's very interesting. I want to see how he reacts, because he's very, and Matswork has made it 3-2. You saw me, boy, 6-pack out, all of that. So yeah, go on, Charlie's. Just for that reason.
I'd like to see Mr. Charlie Walsh's reaction when we scored that winner. I want to see if he was calm or did he go into one.
You know what I might do? If Charlie don't mind, on this channel, I'm gonna go to his thing. I'll watch it, but I'm gonna just do a short edit with Charlie Walsh clips and put it on this, so it'd just be like the goal.
To see it, mate. When you love to see it, mate. I want to see how good he is.
Yeah. So then you lot won't have to sift through the watch along. I'll just do that and then I'll just condense it. So Charlie, if you're all right with that, I know I've used your stuff before. Let me know. For it to be refresh my mind rather than change my mind. Okay, yeah, that's good. Lanzini pen, great pen, just wow. I bet.
Yeah. Well,
I reckon Happy Hammer was looking at his thighs as he was running. She was just watching.
Yeah, she hadn't been delighted with that penalty, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Just smooth recently. I didn't get to watch the match.
But it was a good pen. To me, any penalty that hits the side netting is a good penalty. If that keeper had gone the right way, he weren't saving that. Simple as that.
I've just seen a funny comment. Right, Kimmy, I just moved recently. I didn't get to watch the match like I normally do. Got to get that sorted out ASAP. You know what? Respect to Kimmy, and she's in Cali, so the time I think was like 4 a.m. when we started, or 4:30 or whatever. And she's new for me to this channel. She might have been subscribed a long time, but new in the comments and much appreciated. Please tell me that wasn't a hammy for Zuma. I don't know. So this is a funny comment. Charlie says, "I'll tell you this, my 6-pack wasn't."
No, Charlie's not one to show his 6-pack.
Lad, yeah, right. So I will give a rating today. Let me just go back to Cieran's. Cieran gave a 7. Oh, sorry, I've already done it. I'll give it 7.5 for Fabianski. I'm going to probably give ratings for everyone today because I think it's a special result for us.
I think so too. I think you should.
Right, we will go over to Vladimir Sufal, and I will get rid of your 7 out of 10. So give me your thoughts on Sufal, please, Cieran. Southampton just scored. Yep.
So we got halves as well.
Yeah, you can do half. You can do half if you want. Definitely. Charlie started.
Do you know, if Cresswell was fit, and I said this before, if Cresswell was fit, I wanted Cresswell to start, I would have dropped Johnson for Sufal. Because I always think, as much as Johnson's been a great little right back, and I love him, he's great, and he's got a great prospect. But I always think we're more attacking and more chance of scoring goals when Sufal's on the pitch. Makes us a little bit more vulnerable because he gets up that wing and he makes things happen. And again tonight, he got an assist for Bowen. He was there at the right place, or just to get a touch to him to hit that ball. So I'm sort of. I thought he was great at right back. I don't think a lot went past him. He blocked shitloads of stuff. So I'm between 7.5 and an 8 for him. So I'm going to go 8.
Okay, you can have either one of them. You're going to go for 8 for Sufal.
Yeah,
and what I would do, is just bear in mind the opposition. So we played
exactly
the team that's top of the Premier League, the team that's in form, the team that the current European champions. So I think the scores have to be reflective of who we played. And likewise, when we played Vienna, when I see people giving people 8s and I think, yeah, but we've acknowledged that they weren't very good. So anyway,
and he had that Ziyech coming at him so much, and he tried to skin him, and he nearly blocked every cross he tried to put over. So that's why I'm giving him an 8. And I don't give 8 lightly. I really don't. So I think he deserved that.
Kimmy and Happy Hammer talking about the Lanzini love. Lanzini all day long from Roy. Love to you, Kimmy. I love the love. Oh, okay. So Scouse Hammer says 9 out of 10. Solid performance again. Didn't let nothing slip past him.
Yeah, he's right.
The assist. Roy gave him an 8. You know, if you think what Cieran's saying, an 8 is a very, very good score. And sometimes we overrate them in
That's right. My 8 is a lot of people's 9s. Right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's a really good game if you have an 8 for me.
Happy gave him a 8. I said hate then. Kufal is solid. Sufal.
He is solid.
8 for Danny Jackson. Class. Disabled team also gave it 8. Charlie Walsh, where is your Charlie? What's your rating for Sufal? Roy says Lanzini is back. Yeah, Lanzini. I mean, obviously we're going to get to him, but I think he had a great game. Okay. Darren says Sufal is a 9 out of 10. I think we're waiting on Charlie Walsh. He's probably sulking that I didn't watch his watch along, so he's probably just left.
When I done better than you, I popped in at the beginning, said hello, which he recognised, and then I went. But he's used to that. I do that all the time.
This would be the phone call from Charlie Walsh. No, you're taking a piss. You're taking a piss, blood. Like, yeah, and then I'll have to send him some baby bells, and then it'll be fine. Charlie's probably gone to get some food. That's what I'm reckoning. So, Charlie, when you come back, just give us.
Yeah, he's on the phone ordering that takeaway, mate. No worries.
Yeah. Give us 2,000.
He's got the curry house across the road, mate. He's bringing them up.
Right. So let's go to. We'll go Dawson. What are we saying for Dawson? Let me remove the comment and score. Sorry, top lad doing thumbnails. Yeah, exactly. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, some people don't understand, Charlie. Like, yeah, there's always continuous, and that's what I was doing straight after that show. Right, he gave him an 8. I'm using 8 and you ain't wrong. Sorry. See? What are you giving him, Cieran? I'll remove this.
Dawson, yeah. I was looking at the whole three when he picked the back three, proper centre backs, didn't he? Instead of having Cresswell as the third centre back. Yeah. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind him picking it. Didn't mind him picking it at all. And then I went, it's just about how they work together. And I thought Dawson done well, man. I thought he done really well. I thought he had a good game. I thought he stood up. He had a couple of moments where he was, struggling a little bit. I think when Lukaku came on, Lukaku definitely targeted him. He tried to knock him off the ball a couple of times, put him on his arse cut, but he stopped him. He did stop him. So I can't not. I'd have to give him an 8.
Okay.
I'd have to. I think he done all right. I think he had a good game. And like you said, we got to regard the opposition he was up against.
Yeah.
And I think, he done well. So I would give him an 8.
Yeah. All right. So Cieran gave him an 8. Comments, please. Use it eating. Right. So before anybody else comments, I would say, obviously we set up as a back 5 with 3 centre backs. Because of the injury, we ended up playing with 2. So the game plan would have been 3. We never would have, I don't think, planned for 2 at the back. So the fact that Dawson and Diop have then had to adapt in game against Chelsea to 2 at the back when the plan all week would have been 3 at the back. I think for me, I'm going to give him an extra rating based off of the circumstances. So I'm going to give Dawson a 9. I really am. Yeah. I'm going to give him a 9 because of the circumstances. I agree with your 8. I do, but because of everything that's remember, a lot of things in football, like we all of us, we can't appreciate the finer details. They would have worked on stuff and this, and that's why I was very unhappy with the goal because the Thiago Silva. One, it happened before, and two, I called it before it happened. It shouldn't happen. So, and they would have worked on that. So this thing here, I'm just going into the finer details. So I'll give him an 8.5. I'm going to give him 8.5 because, you know, someone was didn't. Yeah. I'll give him 8.5.
I actually thought about that myself, the extra 5, but I refrained.
You can? Okay. All right.
But yeah, 8.5 is fair. It's fair.
Ain't nobody like Lanzini. Oh, he's singing the song. Right. Cam gave Dawson a 7 out of 10. The Sable team gave him an 8. They agreed with you. And Roy gave it 8. Agreed with you. Darren, 8. Agreed with you. But Roy's, I think, has changed his mind. Oh, no, that's Sufal. My bad. Roy gave Sufal an 8. And he gave Dawson a 7. Yeah, you know, I think with Dawson on the ball and that, he's not the best. But I just think when it comes to defending, he's very good. And I think today he was very good at defending.
No, I think he stood up tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a tough game, man. We're playing Chelsea, man. You know what I mean? He's got a lot to deal with. The three of them had. I think he done superb.
And he exactly what Titch said. He had held the wall in rough circumstances. Yeah, man. Hammerette, I don't think you've given Dawson and Kimmy and Charlie Walsh just getting payback because I didn't tune into his watch along. So whilst we are waiting, let's go to you lot can catch up. We can go to Zuma. What would you give Zuma, Cieran?
You know, it's hard to differentiate all the three centre backs, right? Because I thought they all were so good. I thought all three of them had great games. But Zuma's that guy that just puts that extra little mile in, doesn't he? Puts that little bit of extra effort. And so if I give Dawson an 8, and up until his injury or when he came off, I think he was so good and he wanted it, mate. You could see it in his eyes. He wanted it. And I'll probably give him an 8.5.
All right. So I'm going to make that one right now because we don't have one of them. 8.5. And we're going to add it. And I would say, I know I gave Dawson 1, but I think I'll agree with that because he came off the pitch. I think, you know, maybe if he played the whole game, it might have been a 9, only because I gave Dawson an 8.5. But yeah, I agree with a 8.5. And I'm very worried about his absence and, you know, like that injury.
Yeah, I'm very worried about it now. Jesus, we don't need another centre half out of the picture. That's for sure.
Roy says a 9 out of 10. Cam says 8 out of 10. Zoo quality until he came off. Disabled team agrees with you, Cieran. They say 8.5. And Darren says an 8 out of 10. If you think about it, currently, our back four was Johnson, Creswell, Zuma, and Ogbonna. As it stands now, all of them are injured. And, you know, obviously, Ogbonna is for the whole season. Zuma didn't look good because he pulled up, you know, unopposed. So it's worrying that
it is worrying, yeah.
That our starting back four is all injured. Right, who's this? Danny says an 8 for Zuma also. Remember, you can catch up just so that we don't take too long. Okay, we'll move on to where are we? We'll move on to Issa Diop, Cieran.
I thought he was class tonight. Absolute class. I thought he really stood up tonight. And whether you know, we've been calling for this for a while now to Diop to start next to Zuma. Maybe this is the beginning of a good relationship. I don't know how it's going to go, but yeah, if I give Zuma an 8.5, I'm close to giving Diop a 9 because I thought he was superb. I really am. I thought he was probably our best centre half tonight. So yeah, if I'm giving him Zuma an 8.5, I might just give Diop a 9. I thought
And
you was fantastic.
if Cieran gives a 9, that means he feels this player.
No, it's massive for me. I don't give many players 9s. I thought it was a great game.
You know, while other people are gonna give their ratings, you know, obviously Diop and Dawson were our Newcastle just taking the lead. Were our Europa League starting pair. They may well be our only centre backs at the minute. Easy. Okay. I think Roy. Oh no. Darren. I think this 8 for Diop. Darren. I think it is. Roy says an easy 9. He agrees with you, Cieran. Scouse Hammer says Diop, one of my favourites tonight. Thought he really stood out and looked strong. 9 out of 10 from the Scouse Hammer. Danny says 8 out of 10. You know, Diop's got all of the attributes to be a top centre back, and he's shown that in, you know, like I think it was his first season when, you know, Mourinho describes him as a monster. But yeah, I don't know whether it's, you know, the confidence or he was out of the team, and, you know, more recently he looks like, you know, there's an error in him. I just hope that he can get back on track, basically, because
I do, because you know the potential's there, Titch. It's there.
Yeah.
And you can see it. And at games like a big game like tonight, he stood up. And that's what gives me confidence that this boy could be, you know, a superstar for us. And I think he should have reached that level by now. Should have reached it a year ago. And he hasn't. And now, but do you see tonight that I think, this boy's class. Maybe he needs a Zuma next to him. I don't know. You know, maybe you need someone really classy next to him. You always get that, don't you? In all good teams, you have a centre half pairing, and when that pairing split up, one of them is not as good. You know, doesn't perform as well. And I think all good teams have a great centre half pairing, and we are looking for a Zuma, maybe Zuma Diop being that pairing. You know, whatever way it works. But I think tonight with the 3 of them at the back, I thought Diop stood up and had a fantastic game.
Yeah, and the fact that you've done it against Chelsea is why people maybe are, you know, frustrated. Is that you've done it against one of the best teams in the world. That's what they are.
Yeah.
So you got to do it against, consistently. The Sable team gave him a 7. Charlie says, I've got to run. I'll catch up and watch the rest in a bit. Cieran gets a 10. Easy for me. Titch would also be a 10, but he didn't watch the watch along. Disgraceful. Titch 10 easy. Enjoy the show, everyone. Oh, big up Charlie. The good thing about today's game was we made Chelsea look average. You're right, Roy. And, you know, before they scored from the corner, I said it was a very even game. We weren't looking like we were against Brighton, where it was basically all Brighton. We were in the game, and it was disappointing that they scored, you know, the same goal that Thiago Silva scored last season. But that's all gone now anyway.
The goal was disappointing. It really was, But there you go. We're going to have moments where you don't do the right thing, especially in defence. And the goal was very disappointing because it shouldn't have happened. Both their goals were avoidable.
Yeah, exactly. What I said. Both of them, definitely.
Well, I'm sure that's one of Moyes' thing in training this week. Fucking hell. We gave them 2 goals. We gave them 2 goals. What are you doing?
Yeah. Kimmy, I'm back. I had to run to get a coffee. You must need coffee because, it's early hours in
Where's
California.
Kimmy?
She's in Cali.
Kimmy in California? Cali, yeah. All right. Sweet.
Okay, right. So let's go over to. Sorry, you lot. This will probably take longer than I would hope. Normally, I want about 45 minutes, but you know, it's such a big result for us, man. We're going to Ben Johnson. Thoughts, Cieran?
Yeah. Again, the boy stood up. He had a good game. He didn't do anything too special, but I thought he was good. And even, you know, one of my pet hates is throw-ins, right? That we take throw-ins and 3-4 seconds later, they've got the ball. And he did that a lot against Brighton. Every time he took a throw, they ended up with the ball. And they were better tonight. He found someone's foot, they got a pass back, and we kept possession. and he's just one of my little pet hates that does my head. I thought he done well, mate, and I give him a good solid 7.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Hey, young boy, how are you, son?
Hello. So you said 7. Oh, I'm here already. 7 out of 10 for Ben Johnson, and I hope his injury is nothing serious. In the comments, loads of views. Please like. Thank you, Roy. And you know, I didn't know that Roy is a moderator on. He's just said so. Clearly, you know, he's busy doing what he's doing behind the scenes, and he was, you know, constantly in the watch along, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So big up Roy. Big up all of you.
Roy's isn't he? He's a good lad.
Yeah, man. Sabre Team gave him a 7, same as you. Darren gave him an 8, and Roy also gave him a 7. What you lot saying for Ben Johnson? Oh, Danny, 7. I'm only rubbing my hands, you know, because it's a bit cold in here.
Love the hat. Love the hat the boys got. That's up my street. That I've got my one, young fella. I've got my one.
Look at that.
I like yours better, to be honest.
Look, you got the same hat.
Is it? No, but yeah, yours is more of a tweedy one, isn't it? Looks good.
Yeah.
Mine's from the West Ham shop. I've got the. It's got the Hammers thing on it. There you go.
Good afternoon, Luke. All right, so maybe we've. Huh? I will in a minute. Right, so let's go on to. Okay, sorry, someone else has commented. All of them 9. Mendy equals 10. So I think he's give all of our players a 9. Hi, Titch Junior. Thank you. He's just gone out. I'm sure he'll be back. Hello, little Titch, says Roy. Brand. Okay, right. So we will move on to. Let's go to. Sorry, so we're gonna go to the midfield partnership of Souček first of all. Kieran, what are you saying about? Yep. No, his work rate tonight was fabulous. He was just fucking up, down, in everywhere. I loved it. It was fantastic. Yep. When you think of the players he's coming up against, the pace and the speed that they've got to deal with, I thought he done really well. Got his foot in there. I'll give him an 8. I think he deserves an 8. Souček, yeah. And remember, Kieran's 8 is generally you lot's 9. So this will be interesting. I said, you know, like once the chat had sort of implied that West Ham has scored, I said if we have. Souček's role was fantastic. He won the ball, held onto it, held off 2 players, then he passed it back, and then we built from there. But his role, and I did say that, listen, if we scored, you know, he's done amazing in the middle of the pitch to do what he done. I think he was battling with 2 of them, and he come out with the ball and whatever. So, all right, Kimmy says, oh no, Souček, best game this season. He got an 8, and they agree with you. Kimmy, quite awake. This win has me dancing around. See, she must have been tired, but you know that's what a win can do, especially a big win. Roy says an 8, same as you. Yeah, so everybody's agreed with Kieran so far. I would give him an 8 as well. I would. If he would have scored, I would have given him a 9. I know he didn't have the chance to score, but I'm saying if he would have got a goal, he would have got a 9. But yeah, I'd definitely give him an 8.
Did you score Johnson?
I didn't. I think 7 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 7. Did you say 7? I think 7.
Yeah.
Aaron says 9. And like I said, generally Kieran's 8 would be some of you lot's 9. So that makes sense, Darren. Difficult to mark them in fairness, as we were poor first half, but great the last 30 minutes. Oh, the scoring he's talking about. Souček got an 8 from Danny Jackson. While we're here, and I'll give 30 seconds for anybody else to comment. I think it's it's important, and like I said, anytime it's any of you lot's birthdays, like it is Richie's, let me know, and we will big it up. I'm not really a birthday person, but I understand a lot of people are. So
yeah, Richie Higgins. Well done. Happy birthday, Richie. Was it yesterday?
15. No, today. Today.
Yeah, 15. Young lad, mate. Fantasy League Superstar.
Expert, yeah. So big up Richie 15 today. I'm sure they've had a great time. We will go to Declan Rice, Captain Fantastic.
Mate.
Oh, James, big up James. He gave Suchek an A. Sorry, Cieran.
Oh, James Bond. Hey, James. I thought he was unbelievable tonight.
Here we go.
Unbelievable. I thought he was. And you know, like you said, I don't give many players a 9, right? And then he made one mistake. He made one mistake that I saw, and it cost us a goal.
What was that? Because the reason why I'm asking you is, you don't know. I was watching the game, but I was more, focused on the chat. So I might have missed
made a pass. He made a pass and gave the ball away that ended up with Mason Mount scoring that goal.
Ah, see, I didn't know that.
Made it even worse that it was his fucking mate who scored the goal. Right, so he just passed it wrongly, and Suchek couldn't get it. He stretched for it, and they took it, and bang, bang. 2 passes later, Mason Mount's banging it in. Because I'll tell you what, but I think I've got to disregard that because everything else he done was brilliant. I couldn't believe how many times he dispossessed people, loads of time. In the first 10 minutes, I think he took the ball off people about 4 or 5 times. He was brilliant. And so I'm going to give him, which I think, I don't give anyone a 10. So I think he's a 9.
9 out of 10.
Absolute class.
9 out of 10. So yeah, anyone that was in the watch along, which is most of you in here, you'll see that I was literally more focused on this. I was watching it obviously, but I was trying to see what was going on in here. So of course I watched the game, but I definitely missed his role in there in that goal as well. So right,
it's a shame because the only thing he done wrong the whole game, mate, he was absolutely brilliant.
Rice equals an 11. He is magnificent. Lutz gave him an 11 out of 10. Roy has echoed that with a 10 out of 10. Like I said, Cieran's 9 is probably you lot's 10. Or
it is because he
James
was brilliant.
Roy said West Ham rock. He is, and these are the sort of games that we need to. When we win these type of games, I think it keeps Rice, happy at West Ham. Like, okay, look, we're mixing it with the big boys.
If you're talking about his value, that just went up for me another 20 million. It was a superb performance. One mistake. The unfortunate thing about his mistake, it did cost us the goal. And you could see his face how gutted he was,
Yeah, I saw it.
It didn't matter in the end. It didn't matter in the end. He's still laughing and he still had a great game. So
exactly. Disabled Team gave an 8. Danny Jackson gave a 9. Darren Higgins gave a 9. And I will give Declan Rice, I'll give him a 9 as well. Like I said, I'm taking the opposition, I'm taking the circumstances. He's the captain. I didn't see that mistake, so I'm not going to say I did. But I would say as an overall and everything in consideration, I would give him a 9 too. He led the team very, very well, and he led by example. Disabled Team says that's why they gave an 8 because of that mistake, and that's fair enough.
I've decided to ignore it because the rest of it was so good.
See, we've done it with our West Ham hat on, and you lot are doing it more like as your second team hat on, which is West Ham. Banners. No, brand, sorry. Right, let's go to... Then it was... Okay, who do we go to next? Let's go to... Oh, yeah, sorry. We've only got 3 more players. Right, let's go to someone that everybody's been crying out for. Not me. I mean, I'm not going to say, I think he deserves it. I think he was poor against Vienna. But other than that, he's definitely, warranted starting in that particular game. I didn't think he was very good. Right. This should be interesting. What are you going to give Lanzini, Cieran?
Well, I'll tell you now, mate. I think it was a breath of fresh air having him on there tonight.
Yep.
I think he made such a difference. Such a difference to the passing, to retaining the ball, to our attack mode. He was tenacious. It's like we've always sort of said, he's never been the same since his injury.
Yeah.
And it was like he's forgotten that the injury's out now. I'm not bothered. It doesn't bother me anymore. And he was tenacious, mate. He was brilliant. His penalty was superb. And to me, it's just a penalty. And I wouldn't give him extra points for that. But I just thought he was superb. I thought he absolutely had a great game. And it made a deal. I don't think we win that game without him. So I'm going to stick him with Declan and give him a 9.
Boy, Cieran says it's a 9.
I thought it was great. I thought it was great tonight.
Okay.
And when he scored that penalty, after he scored and he went up to fucking give it to that Reece James.
Is that what he done?
He must have said something. No. He must have said something before he took that penalty, and he ran it fucking right in his face. I love that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Normally, I see everything. If I'm watching a game like West Ham, I see everything in regards to all these little things. Right, that's why I gave an 8. Right, here we go. Right, so Danny agrees with you. Danny Jackson, he gave him a 9. Disabled team, 8.5, played really well. Darren Higgins said Mr. Hammerett got a 9. Roy says Lanzini is back. He got a 9. James Bong says a 9. They're all agreeing with you, Cieran.
I've done well there.
All right, he's disagreeing with you, but I don't think you'll be bothered, mate. It's because he's actually said he's giving him a 10.
That's fair enough.
You know what? I'm one of these credit where credit's due. I think he was amazing today. Unlike Cieran, I believe that the penalty is a big thing because it got us back into the game. He hasn't been a starting player. His career's sort of stalled a bit at West Ham. And, our penalties recently haven't been great. So I think a lot of pressure was on him. And he stood up to the pressure. And he sent the keeper the wrong way, which is always the best way to, execute a penalty. So I would say, all things considered, I would also give him a 9 out of 10. Yeah, definitely. So Lanzini, and I'm hoping now he is back because for me, it's been a shadow of himself. And, once the team is doing well and he's not in it, then it is going to be hard, especially under Moyes, who wants a settled team. It is going to be hard to come back into the team, into the starting team. And now, he's got his chance. He definitely got his chance. All right. We've only got 2 more starting players, you lot, and then the subs. And let's go to Jared Bowen. Cieran.
Jared, mate. I thought his work rate tonight was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It just never stopped running. Never stopped challenging, never stopped running back, never stopped trying to win the ball. He was in their faces, exactly what I wanted before this game. To upset them. I was sick of Chelsea just passing, especially in that first half. They were just the pretty boys passing the ball around us, and he was trying to upset that. Upset the apple cart, and he was just giving it to everyone who was near him. He was just trying to get a foot in. He was closing down. So I think he's a 8.5 for me.
8.5. I know he scored. Did he get any assist or anything? I'm going to check that now. He didn't get an assist, did he?
Think so, mate.
No. Because the penalty and then Masuaku, no. 8.5. Let's see what they're saying in the comments. All right. So I think Danny was the first one. Yeah, he is. So Danny says Bowen's best game. He gave him a 10. James Bong, man of the match for Bowen. He gave him a 9. Luke Legend, Bowen 9, man of the match. That doesn't include Declan Rice award. So other than Rice, that was his best player. Bowen just needs to be in front and goal. That's all that's missing. And today, when it mattered, he was.
When it mattered, he banged it.
Yeah,
he banged it.
I think that initially, when Antonio put the ball across to him, I was saying, look, once he's, it's on his left foot and that he's got to score. When I watched back the replay, it looked like it was maybe a foot too far away from him where he couldn't get a real connection because he did actually throw himself at it. Okay, so look, did he win the penalty? Yes, he did. Sorry. Yeah. Disabled team 9.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. No, I never thought about that.
You
Do
can
you
change
know
your
what?
score.
Can I change it to 9?
Yeah, you can definitely. Well done, Luke.
I forgot about him winning that penalty because it seems that long ago now. But yeah, for him to charge down that keeper, and this is Mendy, right? I regard as probably the best keeper in the world at this moment.
I mean,
right?
yeah.
You do too, yeah?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
regard him as the best keeper in the world. And to make him make that mistake, instead of just booting it away, no, he tried to be smart and he got his leg in front of him and the keeper clattered into him. Brilliant move by Bowen. Fucking brilliant. So, yeah, you're right. Reconsidering that, yeah, he's a 9. He's a 9. He's worth that. He got that and banged that. And that finish he did take, which we want to see every week, the ones he scuffs and done. He caught that like a peach. He just smashed that low, hard, and he was never saving it. Yeah, definitely 9. Yeah, you're right.
Big up Luke for putting that in there, and it's a valid point.
Yeah, it is.
Bowen 10 man of the match 10. Darren says a 9. Okay, right. So tell me if anybody agrees. I said it during the watch along. Is that I felt that looking at Mendy after we'd scored the penalty, his whole demeanor had changed. I think it psychologically, it affected him. And
yeah,
I think I was right because the Masuaku goal, normally Mendy's going to save that. Like, he's that good. Yeah. So I think.
And even after that penalty gate, they'd done the same sort of thing again, didn't they? And he ended up booting it out into touch to Mendy. He was flapping. He was starting to flap. Yeah. So it did make a difference.
Yeah, man. And yeah, so I would agree. I got to give Bowen a 9. Even his finish, obviously, it's gone through, I think, Christensen's legs. But I think by going through the legs, it makes it harder for Mendy because he's seeing it like literally 2 legs.
Yeah, more so, for sure.
Great finish. Great finish. And once again, that was made known to me by the chat because they was like, oh, they're calling him Aaron Robin, like Aaron Bowen. So I think, all right, has he done a little jinky one, cutting and shot? So I knew, but I wasn't disappointed that I knew already. So yeah, I'll give him a 9 as well. I agree with that. And yeah, and this one, I keep saying this, don't I? But this one will be interesting because of, I think, his recent form. And I know most people, including myself, are saying, listen, he either gets out of the team or he puts in a performance. So I want to know what.
This one's going to be tough for me.
Yeah. All right, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of the 9. What are we saying for Michail Antonio, Cieran?
I don't know. It's really hard to give anyone a bad mark. But I'm not going to give him a bad one. I think he had a solid game, right? I think he done all right. He battled his heart out. He really did. But I can't think. At the beginning, I think he was wasteful, and I think he lost the ball a lot. I think that Christensen had the better of him in the first half. He was driving me mad a bit, but I think he done better in the second half. I think he won a few balls. He's one of them. I just don't know how to rate him. I think he had good bits and bad bits, and but the overall scheme of things, and at the end he looked absolutely shattered before they took him off. He got subbed, didn't he, near the end?
Yeah, he got subbed on. No, he didn't.
Did he not get subbed?
No, he didn't.
No, it's because I was saying to my boy, I was watching him. I said he needs to come off, and that's why I thought he got subbed. I thought he needed to come off. He looked tired, mate. He looked really worn out. But for his efforts and everything, I'll give him a solid 7.
Okay, good. 7. All right. I was going to say, if it helps, they've put him down as an assist for Masuaku goal, but 7.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
Not the best.
I'm going to agree with you. I think a 7 is a fair score. If you think about it, 5 is an average scoring. So 7 is a very good score. And to his credit, he didn't have the best game in regards to his input, goals or assists. But I think he's done so much better than he has done previously. He was playing, out wide. And I've always said that is naturally his position. So, yeah, he was made into a striker for us. But I just think he looked more comfortable today, even though he wasn't at his best holding up the ball and you know, doing stuff with the ball. But I just think overall, and look, the fact that he is tired and he is a hard worker means that he must have been working hard. So, you know, credit where credit's due. I just think that, yeah, forget the technical side and that. I think he put in a shift. So I would agree, you know, it was Chelsea. So I'm going to give him, and we was behind twice. I'm going to also give him a 7.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be on no one's back just as an agenda. Like, no, you understand? This guy is almost family of mine. Do you understand? So, yeah, I'm not going to be biased against him.
His work rate was phenomenal. He never stopped trying. Whether he lost the ball or got knocked off it or whatever, he never stopped trying. He was superb in that respect.
Right. So I think, guys, I'm buzzing. Hammerhead. It's hard. Hammerhead says a lot better all round. Mickey gave him an 8.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Sable team gave him a 7. Ooh, I can see Roy's one. 7 from Higgins. Roy said 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit unfair because of his effort. But in the first half, if the game ended after the first half, I'll be probably maybe saying 5. I thought he'd done better in the second half, and he still kept going. He kept going to the end. And like I said, you're talking about probably the best defense in the league.
Yeah,
that's who we were playing. Rudiger was a beat. You know, when they were leading 2-1, Rudiger was dominating that game. He was amazing, mate. I just think he's such a beast. And he spent more time outside our penalty box than he did in his own half.
I said it looked like he was playing like a centre midfielder.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, he's a beast, man. So you got to remember, he had the best defence in the country to deal with, and he tried his hardest and battled with them and gave it to them, and they gave it to him. So I think a 7 is a fair score for him. I think he's done well.
Going back to a 5, a 5 is average. So Roy feels he had an average game, which, you know, there's no shame in having an average game. Right. Luke Legend says, Antonio, 4 for the first half, 9 for the second half. So we take 2. Yeah. Is that a 7? No, or is that a 6.5? So I think Luke is roughly 6.5 or 6, I think. Roy says, come on, people, be honest. Yeah, trust me. When it comes to Antonio, I think I'm super critical. So for me, I would.
I am too. Believe me.
I get on all United's to win. I'll get over 13k if it comes in. Is that Premier League United's, Hamid? So that'd be Man United, Leeds, West Ham. Who else? Oh my God. Bayer Leverkusen.
Newcastle.
Oh, Newcastle United. And they are winning. Bayer Leverkusen are winning 7-1 against Gertha Fürth or whatever they are in the Bundesliga. Well, good luck, Hammerhead says.
Good luck with that, Hammerhead. I hope he comes in for you, man.
Danny says Antonio is a tough one. I'm going to go with 7.5. All today's games showed me that we need a striker. Definitely. We still need a striker. No,
we knew that before. We knew that long before this game.
Okay, at Roy, he gave him a 6, disabled team. And James Bong says Antonio 8, he always works his arse off. You know, he generally does, but recently he hasn't been, and he hasn't been performing either. Even in the Spurs game, he popped up with a winner, and then some people may overlook that his actual contribution wasn't really much. All right, so we got through the starting team. We'll just get to the subs now, which was all right. So the first one was this guy, and the circumstances he came on wasn't good, and I hope they're not anything too serious. So Arthur Masuaku came on the 47th minute, or in the first half, for the injured Ben Johnson.
He's one of them, isn't he? Oh, it's hard to mark him because I love Arthur. Right? I'm a bit of a fan of Arthur. Just like him. Yeah. And I could see what he was trying to do. Like I think he had 3 passes that he gave away, right? But he was trying to pick, he was trying to fucking make things happen. He was trying to pinpoint through their lines to our forwards, right? And it didn't quite come off. And he got fucking half up. Come on, get one right. But his skill on the ball and his ball retention, when people are pressuring him, he doesn't seem to realise the danger he's in sometimes. And he just wants to turn and twist and some of his little touches are brilliant, mate. If you really watch him, He's got some technical skill, that fella. So for the short period he was on and that, mate, he's for me a good solid 7. He scored the goal of the season, didn't he? Because he picked that top corner on the corner of his eye, he went all over that, and he banged it. So I'm going to give him a good 7, and maybe a 7.5. No, I'll give him 7.5.
Remember, he played all of the second half, and he got the winner. 7.5. Now, obviously, I'm going to state the obvious. Chelsea didn't score any goals when Arthur Masuaku was on the pitch. Let me put that one out there.
Right, getting credit for that, is he?
Yeah. He came on in, unfortunate circumstances, and he might not expect it to come on because obviously you're thinking it's going to be a tight game. We're going to keep our back 5 because we're holding them off basically. So he's come on, probably wasn't expecting it. Ultimately, he's popped up with a winner. Ultimately, it's Chelsea. Ultimately, they're one of the best teams in world football. Ultimately, scored that goal against one of the best goalies in the world. So I have to give Arthur Masuaku a 9. He gets a 9. I don't care. He gets a 9 from me for today. All things considered.
Fair enough.
Look at that smile. Look, he's smiling there. He loves West Ham as well, man.
He's a good boy. I like Arthur, mate. I do like him. Really do.
Right. Antonio, okay, wasn't completely to look better. Right, seriously did okay. Right, here we go. It must be James Bond. Must be the first one. James gave him an 8. Roy gave him a 7. Disabled team gave him a 7. Right, Luke Masuaku, goal of the season, Ballon d'Or, and a Nighthead. Who cares about a Uzi goal? There we go. See. What's your rating, though, Luke?
I think it's a 10. I think that's a 10.
Look, he's like Roy's laughing at him. 8. Was it a shot or a cross? I'm saying it was a shot because he never once, even when you watch replay, never once looked at that way. Like who my cross is to.
Moyes called it a cross. Now, I don't know if he talked to Arthur or not, but Moyes called it a cross. He might be doing him a disservice. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he is. When he came on, I was thinking, fuck. Yeah, I know that a lot of people, and I understand, like I said, as a left back in the Premier League, I understand people thinking, boy, this guy's going to, but like I said, just think of him as a left winger or a left attacking midfielder, and then your opinion should change. And think of him getting a consistent run again. Look at Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is a different player now than when he was just getting, like coming in here and then everywhere. Let's give Arthur a run of games out in that position, and I'm telling you, some of you lot, he would, change your opinion, I think. Arthur's so frustrating. I give him an 8. Look, have a head. Arthur gets 7. That cross. He gave the keeper the eyes. Right, here we go. Luke. Just check if it was a shot across. And yet, confirm, I don't care. Go. We got Luke. Luke, what's your rating for him? I'm going to say 10.
Yeah, he should get. Look, he deserves a 10 for just scoring a winning goal against Chelsea, doesn't he? Really? But,
I'm sticking with my 9, but I understand you lot's.
Right, no, I might have to go up to 8. I might have to go up to 8 after all that. Just because I'll tell you, I'll give it an 8 because just of how I felt after that goal winner.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So good, right? And it's all down to Arthur. So yeah, he deserves it, mate.
Bear that in mind, people. Yeah, this is isolated player ratings. This result is crazy. So show Arthur some love. Right. So on 71 minutes, another unfortunate sub and a very from Moyes. Credit to Moyes. Zuma's injured and he brings on Pablo Fornells. Right. Let me get him on the screen. Let me see if there's any comments. There are 2 more. Luke, give him yep, that figure there. The ball moved mad. Yes, it did. He's got them. He's got that. He's got the right. Let me go to 1 sec. So Fornells came on for Zuma, and credit to Moyes for doing that because that's that made us go back to a back 4 rather than a back 5. Right. So, Cieran, what about Pablo?
I thought he came on. He sort of done a little Lanzini-esque sort of cameo role, didn't he? He came on got the ball. He turned. His passing was good because he's been poor lately. It's been bloody poor, but he was good. And he give it again. He was pushing forward. I thought he was great. I thought he was superb. If you could rate him on that, how many minutes he was on, goes, I don't know.
About 25 minutes, including stoppage time. About 25.
I thought everything. I don't think he done anything wrong. He was so good, and I'd give him an 8 as well. I'd give him an 8 as well, just for that little performance he did. He done nothing wrong. He was superb. Now, if you just want to, because he was only a sub for that limited time, it's probably a 7. But he impressed me because of he's been poor lately. And he looked like the old Fornells tonight when he come off for that bit. He looked keen, mate. He looked good. His touch was brilliant. So, yeah, I'd give him an 8 for what he did because he'd done nothing wrong. He was superb.
Pablito. Okay, look, Hammerhead agrees with you. Hammerhead, game change again. As soon as Fornells came on, he gave him an 8. And for Cieran to give it 8, the Sable team gave an 8. I think we need to keep the starting team. We did say it showed how to bring on really help. Right, Hammerhead, I said this during the game. I said if it works, then people like Lanzini, people like Sufal, you may well then say, look, Creswell, you are fit, but this is working right now. But with the 2 injuries, I don't think it's going to be possible to keep the same team. But definitely that makes sense. Fornicator got an 8. They all agree with you. Got a 7 from Darren. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to replicate that team because of the injuries. Sorry, Hammerhead. Hammerhead, I said that in the chat too. See, I was today, like I said, I was so far behind in preparation, doing the artwork and that I kind of started just in time. And then as soon as we finished, I had to get to doing this. So I might have missed a lot. 408, but I have to say, after Burns scored, Chelsea looked at a totally different side. They were scared of the ball. So, like I said, going back to, I watched it, but I was watching this. I'm going to give a 7. I'm not going to just jump on this 8 bandwagon because you lot are doing that. You lot watched the game fully. I was watching the TV's right there, but I was kind of, So I'm going to say 7 because, 25 minutes. And I'm a big fan of Pablo Fornells. And, for what it was, my perception of the game, which clearly I've missed bits, I'm going to give him a 7, and that's a solid 7 as well. Danny Jackson, I give him 7. Wasn't on for long. Lost possession a couple of times, but overall played well. At the minute, just while we're here, Newcastle 1, Burnley 0, Southampton 1, Brighton 0, and Wolves 0, Liverpool 0. Come on, Wolves.
Yeah, come on, Wolves.
Like you've done to us.
Make an effort.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Titch, don't sweat it. We're still a brilliant watch along. No. Yeah, you know what, Ahmed? I just know that I wasn't I was more focused on you lot, basically, but I was still watching the game. Right, so I think that's it. Danny wasn't on for. All right, cool. So the last, we're gonna do 2 more, right? Because because of the game. Right, Ben Rama came on for 85 minutes for Manuel Lanzini, and he would have played about 10 minutes because of the stoppage time. So let's just get Ben Rama on the screen, and I think he had he played a decent part in the third goal. Or his little link, he done a little back heel to someone, like a 1 touch. And let me get rid of this 8 out of 10. And what are you going to give Ben Rama and why, Cieran?
Yeah, he had a couple of cracking touches when he came on, and it set up attacks. He had one little one, I remember. It just came in, bang, and he was just first time touch, set up an attack. So he's solid 7 for me for the little role he played. He was good. Really good.
And obviously short synopsis because he weren't on for that long. So
he weren't on enough to get any more than that, but he was solid. He was good.
Titch, can we rate Mendy? Because I'm giving him 1 billion out of 10. Yep. Mendy he had a West Ham shirt underneath. Thank you, Roy. Hit that like, everybody. I don't really, if it's on there, I don't say that. And of course, I appreciate it. This channel will grow. It's going to grow now. And before everybody else hits their scores, the people in the chat was the ones telling me change the score and that. And like I said, I get very focused, and that score would not have got changed. I didn't even have a West Ham 3-2, so I had to make that during the show. And I'm glad. That's a bit of time that I don't mind taking out to do, because that means we were winning. I was just hoping they better not flip and make it 3-3 while I'm doing this. Thank you, Roy. 7 for the table team. 7 for Darren. You know, we got one more after this, and yeah, look at this. Luke says Benny is 6. Wasn't long enough. He did well, but the game was a bit of a shambles in terms of shape for both teams. Danny gave us 7. I think the euphoria and all of that, I'm going to give a 7 as well. You know, yeah, and like I said, I did acknowledge what he'd done in the build up to the third goal. I also acknowledge what Souček done way before that. So yeah, everybody played their role today, and you know, it's a massive result. So yeah, maybe that euphoria is, you know, yeah.
It's a great team effort, because it's hard to pick anyone that didn't really make an effort or have a contribution. They all done what they're meant to do. Where in the recent games against Wolves and Brighton, they didn't.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It was a massive difference. A massive difference. Yeah.
James gave him a 7 as well. And you know, if we're you know honest, we are very reactive in, you know, we might play bad or not play that bad, but lose to a team we thought was going to win, and then that affects our rating. So I think today, I mean, I could easily give 10.
Yeah. It would have been easy today, as you said before, teacher. You got to take into account the opposition. For fuck's sake, they're bloody good, mate. There's some team, there's some squad. They got some bench, you know, to match them, and to have not only conceded 6 goals all season before this game tonight, and never conceded 2 goals in any game.
Yeah.
To free past them. What the fuck?
Exactly.
That is, you know, you're breaking all their records. You're fucking their records up. Fantastic.
And like I said, they've only let in 2 away goals all season. So even
it's a fucking mental, right?
Crazy. Right. This is only my 3rd watch along and also my 3rd player ratings. But for the first time, I feel this is necessary. What are we rating David Moyes for that result?
If you'd asked me last week against Brighton, I probably would have given him a 5. Right? Because I thought he got it all wrong, and I couldn't understand why we were allowing Brighton to have 70% of the possession. We're at home. It was I thought he was piss poor, and this is why I have issues with Moyes. But this week, you know, with the injury of Cresswell, and for him to what I've been screaming for the last 2 games, drop Ben Brahma, give him a break because he's not on form, and to bring Lanzini in, who is, you know, from the cameos we've seen, and he's done all of that, and he puts 3 centre halves in because I wanted Diop to start as well. He's done everything I wanted him to do, bar probably one thing, one other change, and I'll give him a 9. I think he deserves a good 9 because he done a great job tonight. And he got a result. He got a great result, and he deserves it. So yeah, well done, Mr. Moyes. He had a great game tonight. Superb.
All right. Before everybody comments, because this is a fair point, can we rate the ref? Because we slate them when they make mistakes. Thought he was excellent. Let the game flow and didn't fall for any dark art. And also, I just realised that in the 91st minute, Soufal received our only yellow card. So you know the fact that we weren't giving away free kicks that warranted a yellow card is also testament to the boys against that.
And he gave that white. That was a good foul to give as well. He needed to stop him there, and it was a tactical foul, and he knew he was going to get a yellow, and I knew too, and it was fair. So I thought the ref was good. 9 out of 10 for the ref to me. I thought he was superb tonight. Let the game flow. I didn't see any issues or anything he done majorly wrong.
Wow, that's crazy. Right, let me just put this up. Roy says West Ham reunited is massive, which is obviously another West Ham fan channel. Kimmy says Roy, yes, so she agrees. Darren Hagan 9, and he delivered Declan a note, which we scored not long after that. James said we just scored 50% of the goals Chelsea had conceded all season.
Yeah.
which is
right.
it's another ridiculous stat. That's all season, and we are 14 games in now. Is it? That's crazy. That's a good point, James. So he gave him a 9. Luke says Moyes 7. You subs well, but let's be honest, Mendy's performance was the result definer. Boy, Luke's got out of bed the wrong side today. He must have. 9 out of 10 for Moyes, disabled team. Roy gave him a 10. And before anybody else comments, I'm going to give him a 10 as well. I'm going to give him a 10, because of everything that I've already said in regard to the circumstances. It's a risk playing all 3 centre-backs because we only have 3 centre-backs. So that was a risk. It was a calculated risk. And, he's done it. He didn't do it as a reaction thing. Oh, if we go 1-0, then I'll bring on a third sub. He'd done it from the start. They shouldn't have scored from the corner because of the players we had on the pitch. I said before the goal and before the corner, their 2 threats from the set piece would be Rudiger and Thiago Silva. Other than that, in the air, no one. And we had the 3 centre-backs, we got Suchet and we got Rice. We've got 5 players that are, defensively can cope with their 2 players. And none of them was marking Thiago Silva to score a copy of a goal we conceded against the same player and same team last season. So that shouldn't have happened, right? And at the time I said, that's got to go. That's got to be something to do with the training pitch and all of that. But I just think the things that happened after that and the injuries and all that, and, the way Moyes sort of adapted and, he done tactical in-game changes. It wasn't premeditated. He had to react to the situation.
Yeah. And reacted well.
Right. Sure. We went behind twice. They scored a killer goal in football. Like, if you concede just before half time and it puts the other team in front, psychologically, that gives them momentum. And it's a big knock for you. And somehow we've come back from that. We've got a clean sheet in the second half, and the subs were enforced. And I just think tactically today, all things considered, Moyes was spot on. And I have to give him a 10 for that because it was Chelsea as well. I
can't give him a 10 because he's Scottish. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. Danny says 8, 9 for Moyes and the ref. Luke Legend, the note said, give it to Masuaku, he's due a goal. See, Luke, you got to give him a 10 for that. I think he said, give it to Masuaku, tell him to shoot, and so definitely. 8 for the referee, for Roy. So you lot, we've reached, near the end of the chat or the show, and, it has gone on a little bit longer. I mean, I generally wanted to keep these at 45 minutes, but I knew today wouldn't be that. And I appreciate that, I've been on your screens now for a long period of time. And I also appreciate that, you lot are here still. Like, there is obviously stuff going on and everyone's got things to do, but you lot here, man. So it's mad appreciation. I would also like to say I really appreciate Cieran coming on. I appreciate, the time difference for a lot of you. And it's not easy to, everybody to be in sync. It's impossible, actually.
It's not. It is what it is.
Okay, so Roy says, sorry, Titch, Hammers fans United is massive. No apologies needed. I know, that means you sort of just, mix up the channels. But,
get it right, Roy, for fuck's sake. Come on.
Like I said, is I'm not going to skip over comments, and I will shout out once again West Ham reunited, who Roy had. I could easily skip. No, man, I don't seriously. I'm not about all that. But Roy, a lot of respect for you, man. You've been constant in what I've been doing. So big up you. Big up Cieran, man. Seriously, and I would hope to get Cieran on this channel more so. One sec. And his banter. So I've only seen Day Out a few times, and he seems like a really good guy. I haven't watched his stuff, but I've seen him just a couple of times on West Ham Random, and he seems like a cool guy. So, but I don't know a lot of these people. I really don't. I want to get Cieran on here, more often, and I'll think of something where we can facilitate that. But thanks for your time, Cieran. And this is the first time me and you have ever done anything like this, and it's good. I want you to do your one from each team as well. So that would be another, opportunity.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've got one more stint away this week at Tin Can Bay. And once I get that out of the way, I'll put my head down and I'll do it. I'll do it, in the next couple of days after that. So,
right. I have to do this because this has now been common theme. When we score, when we win. I gotta get this.
Okay, get it out, Doc. Get it out. Okay, no, I'm not getting mine out. Fuck, I'll be embarrassed to put mine out in front of that. Fucking not bad effort, mate. Not bad effort. All right.
So that is, you know, to say we are
a lot
massive.
of work goes into that.
Yeah.
I could show you mine. There's a lot of work goes into this, right? But it's nothing like yours. Look.
Oh,
that. It's just...
Cristiano Ronaldo. Jesus.
I could show you my hammer tattoos on my back, but I couldn't get my shirt off.
Oh, you got hammer? Yeah, I thought you would have actually. So yeah, that whole thing is just, you know, that's just, you know, it'll probably be common theme. I know Charlie eats his baby bells. I think that will be the thing. And yeah, it's all banter. You look like, seriously, like, geez, like, I don't get to have much fun. Oh, look, she's popped up. She's been quiet all this time. That probably woke her up again.
Yeah, not that gimmick. Not
She's falling asleep. So that's, yeah, I think she only tunes in for that. Danny Jackson says, thanks to both you guys for the show today. Nah, man. Listen, you lot make the show. You lot make the chat. And like I said, you lot let me know to change the score and all of that. And today was a momentous occasion, momentous result. And I'm glad that, you know, like this happened on camera. Because, you know what? This wasn't planned, the watch along. And then when I thought, let me try and squeeze it in. And I thought we was going to get battered. So, like, I came on, you know, but, you know, I'm so glad it happened, man. And we was all in it together.
And thanks, Teach. I appreciate being on, mate. It's an honour.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Trust me. Trust me.
I love it. Because I'm gutted now because I'm nearly 20 to 3 in the morning now. Yeah. And I've got this great feeling going on, and I've got to go to bed.
Exactly.
And I want to carry on now because I felt so good about that win. It was such a great fucking win. Fantastic.
You know, and yeah, sometimes hard to end these streams because you think, you know, everything's good, but I understand, right? So once again, everybody that's been in this chat, everyone that is in the watch along, even if it was for 5 minutes, like, I appreciate all of that. And yeah, and because of that, it's like, it gives me the motivation because, like I said, I don't really take YouTube seriously. And if there was no one watching my videos, like when they go live, then obviously there's no point going live. If I've got 2 people watching, that's fine. That means somebody's watching. You understand? But yeah, so it's good, man. It's all good. And I'm going to be back. I'm going to try and think of ideas to go live a bit more so because it then has good interactions. And I'm also going to carry on doing the edited stuff. So you lot, we're going to get some content from Hammers Fans United. Yeah.
If I'm available, son, I'm always happy to fucking help you out and jump in. No trouble.
And that'll be a pleasure, man. Cieran, anything to say, like, just to wrap it up, and then I'm going to say bye to everybody. But yeah, I want Cieran
just to wrap it up with when we beat Liverpool, I thought that was going to be our biggest win of the season, and the most I felt, yeah, fantastic. We ain't going to do another one of these fuckers, are we? But and then we've just done Chelsea as well. Oh my God, it's just fabulous. I love it. I love it. It's just so disappointing not to have that Wolves game and Brighton. Even if you know Wolves was a draw, might have made it a bit better. But I just don't want to keep seeing these poor performances after great performances like this.
Yep.
You know, I don't even. You know, I never look past this game, and I don't even know what our next game is. Titch. I really don't know who we're playing next.
I know it's Zagreb, but then I think it's Burnley. I think away. I think.
Burnley, right? I think. You know what I mean? So I've never looked. So I don't want to do this again and then go to Burnley and fucking lose. Let's keep this going. Let's get more points on the board. Let's beat the teams we should beat as well. Yeah. Because it's too West Ham to beat these big teams and then lose to Wolves and draw against Brighton. I thought we'd got rid of that, and so. I'm just so delighted tonight. We've done this now. We just got to back it up now with Burnley and stick another 3 points on the ball. That'd be fantastic.
All right, just quickly because I'm going to get to these comments again. Right, we're playing Zagreb on the 9th. Now the good thing is we've qualified, so he should put out literally a second string because we're running Fredbear. Now we're playing Burnley away on the 12th, which is obviously 8 days away. Right, that should be hopefully. Good recovery time. So, you know, some things have worked in our favor that we have qualified already. And then and then we've got Arsenal away, and then Norwich at home. So that's the next 3 league games, right? Right, listen, Roy, that's a good idea, you know, and the reason why is because, yeah, I don't like being behind in the comments, and, you know, I know that you would do a good job. You would have to email me, and then I'll email you back, and I'll set up a StreamYard where we can just talk. We won't be live or nothing, just so, yeah, because I don't know how that works, but, you know, I'll set that up, definitely. And this one here, King Cambray has another YouTube channel called Youngbloods. I don't even know who that is. Like, I don't know who that is, but other people might do. So, but big up King Cambray, and big up Youngbloods. I don't know who that is. Youngbloods. I heard it the other day, actually.
Well, no, I don't know if he's referring to a channel I watch here. It's called,
that's the fishing.
Yeah,
No.
Youngbloods, right? YBS. I don't know about that first name he put up there, but YBS. He's a geezer out here in Western Australia, and he does a great. Great.
I heard you speak about him, actually. Yeah. Okay. Now.
Yeah, it's really good, man. Really good. If you like that sort of thing,
yeah,
he's really good.
Right. Kimmy says, Titch, we need to do celebration after I stream for one of our next wins, tunes and ads. You know what? If it weren't for YouTube copyright, but I have been speaking to someone who makes beats and stuff. So even if we've got some beats in here that can't be copyrighted, then we can do that.
My boy sent a message. You probably never got it, but he told Peachy that his stuff now he's sorted out. It can't be copyrighted, so you could use it if you wanted.
Nah, definitely. So yeah, you know, Kimmy, it's a great idea, and the fact that you can't play stuff. I mean, copyright to me don't mean nothing because I'm not monetized. But yeah, that's coming. After party, good idea. I've just ordered another bottle.
Get the JD in, Roy. Get the JD in, boy.
So, you lot, listen. That's it. We've done. Great result, great show. This was a great show, and you know, Cieran made it a great show, as well as you lot. And yeah, man, we will be back soon. I don't know when. It might be a pre-recorded one next. It might be Cam or Davey's reaction to this game, but there will be videos coming out. And if you lot can be in the comments for the pre-recorded and all that, it all helps, you know. But yeah, Cieran, only one more thing to say now that we're finished.
We did. We are massive, and come on, you are.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thanks, boys.